The empty cup. In a quiet village at the foot of the mountains, there lived a young man named Blue. Blue was known for one thing, his constant desire to learn. He read books day and night, listened to scholars, and traveled miles just to hear wise people speak. But there was a problem. The more he learned, the more impatient he became. He would interrupt others mid-sentence. He dismissed ideas quickly. And he believed, deep down, that he already knew enough. One day, Blue heard about an old teacher who lived far beyond the hills. People said the teacher had answers to questions no one else could solve. Excited, Blue packed his bag and set out immediately. After 2 days of walking, he reached a small, simple house. Outside, an old man was quietly pouring tea into a cup. "Master," Blue called out. "I've come to learn from you." The old man looked up, smiled gently, and nodded. "Sit," he said. Blue sat down eagerly and began speaking right away. "I've studied philosophy, science, history. I've read hundreds of books. I understand how the world works, but I want to know more, something deeper, something others don't know." The teacher said nothing. He simply picked up a teapot and began pouring tea into Blue's cup. The cup filled quickly. But the teacher didn't stop. The tea reached the top, and then overflowed. It spilled onto the table, then onto the ground. Blue jumped up. "Stop. The cup is full. Can't you see? It's overflowing." The teacher finally paused. He looked calmly at Blue and said, "Like this cup, your mind is already full." Blue froze. The teacher continued. "You come to learn, but you do not come to listen. You come to gather more, but you do not make space for it." Blue felt something shift inside him. For the first time, he had nothing to say. The teacher gently placed the teapot down. "If you truly wish to learn," he said softly, "you must first empty your cup." Silence filled the room. Blue slowly sat back down. This time, he didn't speak. Days passed. Instead of arguing, Blue listened. Instead of interrupting, he observed. Instead of trying to prove himself, he asked simple questions. And something changed. The lessons he once found confusing, became clear. The answers he chased so desperately, came naturally. Weeks later, as Blue prepared to leave, he bowed deeply to the teacher. "I understand now," he said. The teacher smiled. "What do you understand?" Blue replied. "That knowledge is not about how much we hold, but about how much we are willing to receive." The teacher nodded. "And what must you do to receive?" Blue smiled gently. "Empty my cup." As he walked back through the mountains, Blue felt lighter than ever before. Not because he had learned more, but because he had finally learned how to learn.